Good evening and welcome back again. It's Matt Rogers, Skywatcher, 20:40 PM on the 9th of the 5th, 2017. And I've just looked out the window and I've just noticed the moon on the horizon is very low, with that pink haze from them binary twins. So if you're in the UK, Northern Hemisphere, take a look out the window, you'll see this. And also around the world as well, wherever you are, good evening and keep safe, and respect to all of you, and thank you for following the channel. Here as well, this Alaska cam. This is called a Stellar Wick cam, and you can see the timestamp there as well, and that haze in the sky. And also what I've done is I've zoomed the footage in, because on the other video it was zoomed out, so I'm just sorting everything out on the situation right now. But again, you can see those lower chemtrails again, and that grey hazy of the sky. It's not blue anymore, is it? And on the ground it's too dark. So in Alaska they're seeing the same things as well. The reason why I'm attracted to the Alaska cams, it's got a bunch of people, really kind people that send me emails from Alaska, always giving me input and updated reports of what's going on up there in their skies as well, because they're seeing exactly what we're seeing up there as well, all the time. It's just getting everything in order for the truth to come out, because now is a time. I can feel it. It's very close to this event. It really is now. Something is strangely happening out there in the skies. And other people as well have shown my channel and other channels and their channels. I respect that. I don't mind them doing that. It's just as long as we're getting the word out there. So I'm going to go to another piece of footage now from Alaska. Here again, northeast in the Alaska cam as well. It's called the Hopper Bay cam. Many people know this cam and they're watching it now as we speak. And there on the horizon down below you can see this, can't you? This mist of chems. And these are different chems as well, believed to be produced by HARP, just covering the sun and the binary twin. The sun is now becoming white hot, and it's going to get worse. When we head into June, July, August, September, we're going to see some huge changes. And also the planets will be lined up soon in the future. And we're seeing all this now, aren't we? And the real other situation that shows truth as well, the land is too dark. Look just below, it's far too dark for the timestamp there as well. Very, very dark. It just is getting darker each time, and I've said this all the way through on the different videos. It's getting totally dark. I might sound a bit funny right now. I've got a cold and I'm just trying to get rid of it, so bear with me please as I talk through the footage. I'm going to try a different cam for us now. I'm just going to stick with this cam for a second, okay? The Hopper Bay cam, northeast, okay? Just to prove to you they're hiding objects up there. Now look at the state of the sky on this cam. You can see this thickness of the chemtrails here on the land, and also how dark it is again. There's huge objects up there. These are cutting away these chemicals that are being sprayed. The haze. And we're going to all see these heavenly bodies soon. I really do believe this now. I mean, here as well on this screen you can see that plasma coming up on the horizon. On the opposite side, on the left side, there's another object that's rising up in the skies. And where's this light source gone? It's disappeared, and all this is chemtrails. Now many people would still believe that these are natural clouds. They are not our natural clouds. If you look at the NASA footage that I will show you shortly, you will see on the other side those huge colours of the sky, and also the chemtrails. It's just chemtrails every single day, every single where you go now. I mean, look at this. As the images go past, you can see where the plasma and the sun is cutting through that. Chems all the time, the chemicals. I mean, look at the reflection here from a different body. They're just spraying our skies to cover the truth all the time. We're seeing these different reflections and refractions from these heavenly objects. They're hiding it all the time with these pesky chemtrails. All the time we're getting all these chemicals in the sky, and then we're breathing it in. I repeat this all the time, but I'm just telling you now. I mean, when have you ever seen the sun that does a left to right? It doesn't do this. It just rises in the sky. It's another object that's going across behind those evil trails in the sky that the military spray all the time, so Alaska is getting it all the time as well. And I was told this afternoon, Matthew, go to the Alaska cams and have a look, and which I've done, and I mean, he's seeing the same evidence all the time. So to that subscriber that wants to remain anonymous, thank you very much for the information. I mean, again, it's just disgusting, isn't it, what we're seeing up there in the skies. There's many people that view the channel that see the same thing all the time, and they make videos using these cams as well. The FAA GovCam. It's just showing the proof, isn't it, all the time. Look at the light sources. I mean, look at this. They put this to cover and blanket these heavenly bodies so you can't see the other stars all the time. First of all, I just want to play this for you, okay? I just want to play this for you, yeah, to get this right, to show you what they do. Okay? I mean, look at this. Every single morning where we're tucked up in bed asleep and they're spraying those skies every day. It's just totally criminal, isn't it? All the time. It is really, really bad. It's getting worse. I'm going to go to a different cam now, but it's so evident, isn't it, what they're doing now. Here as well on this Kipnuk northeast cam as well, and it's 30 Celsius, and you can see the timestamp as well being the day. And also, I mean, this object is coming up, this light source, before the sun comes up. You can see those chems, and the blue sky is going to disappear shortly. You will see also just trails all the time because we've got those objects. So I'm going to flip through this cam, and you can see this, can't you? This light source is coming up first before the sol comes up, the sun, and those chemtrails, they just come from nowhere. They've mastered this. They've got this just to a T now, haven't they? The darkened land, and this object that's illuminating, that they don't want us to see this. See the red haze just above there as well. There it is again, before the sunrise, and this haze all the time. And the dark shadows start coming up on the left hand side. Chemtrails. Every time we see them, don't we? Here we are again. This strange sun reflection, and the red haze as well. Just chemtrails. Scattered trails that are being burnt away now. We're in 2017, as I said before, and things are just looking really stranger. People are starting to notice this now. People acknowledging what we're seeing as well, and it's fantastic. So I hope you're having a nice evening, but it's so important to get the facts is out there right, isn't it? I mean, look at this. Trails again. This is our simulator coming up as well. I mean, it's all being covered now. We normally see a black dot, but I mean, look at this. Look at the red haze. We've got Nibiru there on the system. Nibiru is reflecting in the brown dwarf star now as the sun comes up. You will see these chemtrails every time. There's the sun coming up now, and you've got this object as well that's illuminated. We're seeing this on either side of the sun with this huge halo. They cover everything. They've been covering it up for a good few years now, and they say that the halos are normal. It's been there all the time. It hasn't. It's new. Look at this. On the weather forecast again, this even here in the UK, on ITV, they turned around and said that this object is just a sundog. It's not a sundog. A sundog is when clouds are covering up the sun and you'll see light coming from the clouds. But this is something that's going on up there. Look at this as well. This object is showing to be bigger. It's going to get huge one day. I mean, look at the sun becomes white hot just before it comes up on the horizon. Look at these chemtrails. This is a true object that's coming through. And anybody that wants to debunk this is welcome to, because, I mean, it's there, isn't it? Here it is again, this object. They're using mirrors as well to hide this, I believe. They really are. They're using something up there in the Earth's atmosphere, above the Earth's atmosphere, and it just is criminal, isn't it? There it is again. This is what they're hiding. They really are hiding this. Everything is starting to look much different now, isn't it? We're seeing a lot of strange things up there. And I respect all these other channels that have come into play as well, because it's good to get all the information out there and all the detail in what's going on. Because there's no way that that's a lens flare. There's no way, because we could see this in our natural skies. People looking up at the North Pole, people looking up down at the South and the Southern Hemisphere. They're seeing the same object up in the skies. And they're trying their best to cover it. It's there. It's in our eyes. Here it is. Here's the object that's coming through. It's only a short time until we see this. Can you see where they're mirroring it? They're covering it. They're cloaking it. It disappears straight away. Gone. It's just amazing what they're getting away with now, isn't it? I mean, when are they going to stop this now? It's got to a situation now that we've got to really prepare and prep for this. We really have. Here also on this Nanwak South cam, you can see it's 165 Celsius on this cam, and also this is another Alaska cam pointing south. And it just says everything, doesn't it, this cam? The chemtrails above those natural clouds being burnt away and being pushed down low. There again you can see also the whole situation's at an ending, isn't it? The skies are just at a point now, they're on their knees. It's just, the whole lot has had enough now. It's too dark on this cam as well for the time of the day. And they've just been spraying right in front of where we see the sun all the time. But can you see the colour of the sun? The thing is, it's not that yellow beam anymore, it's just white hot, isn't it? We're seeing a white hot sun where it's burning so much now. It's got into a situation, it just looks like it's, I mean, there's so much going on up there, isn't there now? There really is. And I will do some more work as well on the corona holes and looking at the Soho cams as well. I just really want everybody to understand, okay? It's so important. We look at different channels and we're picking up different information of other people's work, and it's brilliant. But I just urge everybody, please, it's so important, that something is really, really strangely happening with our sun now. It's so evident now, isn't it? We're looking at our sun now, it's just a white, hot sun, and it's cooking up there, and this is the real reason why they're chemtrailing, trying to cool our Earth down. But let me tell you, it's just getting hotter every single time. I wish I knew the date, time and day when this is going to happen. But let me tell you, by looking at and observing the sun and observing the land, things are drying up and things are heating up very, very fast. So please, I urge everybody to prepare for this huge event, because the Sumerians, I've said this so many times before, they've seen this coming, they've seen their fate coming, they've seen all what's going on now. I just hope those beings up there will save humanity, the positive ones, the good ones in this world, because we just want to live our lives and just be peaceful on this planet Earth. We don't need no aggravation of any other negative people in this world. We just want positive thoughts and just be ourselves. Let's not be something we're not. We just got to be ourselves all the time. It's so important to get these messages out there, because I see the changes. We all see the changes. Every single subscriber viewing this channel and also viewing other channels, we're all seeing some complete crazy changes all the time. I mean, these images just say 1,000 words. I mean, again, look at the whiteness of this sun, the simulator. I mean, look at the colours of the darkness on the land. It's back to front. It's just completely wrong, isn't it? We've got wormwood that's in our system now. NASA, give it up. Stop chemtrailing our planet. Just come out with the truth, and that's try and save ourselves. Be good to one another, because all they're caring about is their banking system, their money to build those cities. They're building these bunkers all the time. All the time they are doing it right under our noses. There's so many bunkers and cities being built. Russia are announcing this. They're building them for their people over there. Many other parts of the world, China, have got ghost cities, ghost towns. Preparing. These towns have been built in areas that are far away from the sea. If a huge tsunami comes, they're prepared for this. They know, and they're acknowledging the truth. They know the system is coming. They know it. But sadly, here in the UK, there's nothing for us. We've just got to stand up for ourselves and hope for the best with this. Because Miss Theresa May, I don't know what's going on. I mean, the thing is with the government and this new election, what's going on? It's just everything's happening so fast. They can't make their minds up. They're worried about this. You can read in between the lines of what's going on, and you can see that people are panicking about this now. This is a huge event that's incoming, and it's a natural event. The earth will be cleansed. It's a turning point now for humanity. It's a turning point for the earth. It's been said by the government in the past. It's been put snippets in films to try and get people to wake up to the truth. But the powers to be are worried. They think and believe that the members of the public are not ready for this, not ready for the shock. But just giving us a few hours before this happens is totally wrong. You need to give us time to prepare. It's so important. This is another Alaska cam called the King Cove East, 93 Celsius. I mean, as I said before, that everything's back to front right now. You could see that light source, that white glow of the sun, and how low it is as well. And again, look at the land. It's too dark. Everything seems to be wrong. And those natural clouds being burnt away, they're not protecting us anymore. It's finished. And this is what the Sumerians had to put up with. But now we've got the technology by turbine planes, and what they do is spray our skies to cool our atmosphere down. This event is going to be huge. It's going to be a huge pole shift that's going to occur in our lifetime. It's been said before, documented. I mean, look at this as it goes through the cam. Can you see where they put them chems up there at first? These are chemicals. These are natural clouds being burnt away. They're just not doing absolutely anything. And also the land is warming up. It's starting to melt. I mean, this cam a couple of months ago was more snowy. I mean, you can see this red plasma on the horizon all the time. Can you see this white light source here? And these chemtrails. They're doing it everywhere, aren't they, to try and cool the planet down? Here again, the plasma and the red reflection here from the binary twin. It's always on the right hand side. If you remember on the Mexico cam, they covered this up. But the thing is, though, you can't cover it up forever. You can run, but you can't hide. NASA and government, the powers to be. I mean, look at the plasma coming up here on this cam. No wonder the globe is now drying up. All this was all iced up, and it's all just drying up, and it's very unhealthy. I mean, you can see through the different images. Here's the sun coming up on the left hand side here with the simulator. I mean, you can't see this image, but before you could see it clearly. But it's so much brighter now. The sun is with these coronal holes and the damage that's being caused. I mean, look at this plasma, line of plasma, the chems. I mean, look at the state of the sky. Everything is just changing. You can see this, can't you? This thick chem that's trying to save humanity, trying to stop anything coming through, because the Earth's magnetic field is weakening right now. We've got no ozone layer anymore. They said this 30 years ago. But the thing is, nothing gets said anymore. This is just a reflection, a refraction from the screen that you can see from the lens on the footage. But you can see clearly this dark shadow to the left and right, and also the sun. It's not that yellow sun anymore, and the natural clouds just being burnt away. Two dark skies. I mean, look at this. Chems. I mean, it's all a situation now, isn't it? Every day I see this now, and I just wanted to point this out to you. And also the kind subscriber that told me to go and view this footage, he's absolutely right. You can see what they're doing. This line here is our lifeline. This is what the military think, and also the powers to be. They don't care if it's darkening and people see it's darkening. They've been doing this for a good few years now, and people have got used to it. That's the only thing. Humanity, us, Earthlings, the public will get used to everything. Because we're getting used to this dark sky right now, nobody's standing up and saying, hey, look at that sky, it's changing. So it's important to put these videos and these screens and images out there to show people and try and get them to see the differences of what we're seeing all the time. It's just a matter of time before we start seeing some strange situations going off. Look at the timestamp. 11:50 AM. I mean, look how dark it is. I mean, the sun is white hot, okay? It's beaming out very, very bright with that simulator in front of it, isn't it? Okay? Now, why is it so dark? You've got to really seriously ask yourself that question. Why is it dark if the sun's beaming out so white? It's changing. Everything above our skies are changing. In the Bible it says as well, doesn't it? Okay, it says there be signs in the stars, skies, the sun and the moon. And there is, isn't there? The moon right now here in the UK is far too low. It's too low on the horizon. And I hope that other people are watching it right now. I know you can't see much on this cam, okay, but what I can see is a reflection, a pink reflection coming down on the horizon there on the right hand side of the screen. You can see this here. It's reflected on the buildings, the land, and they've chemtrailed. You can see a dark shadow here as well. It's all just poisoned up in the skies. Again, breathing it in. You can see this red reflection. It's very strange. And this is called the Nelson Lagoon Cam, and it's pointing east. So I'm going to go through this cam. This again is the Nelson Lagoon Cam, pointing east, 92 Celsius. Okay, now I'm going to go through this cam and it's going to see some strange red reflections. You can already see these pink reflections that I saw on the other video just the other day. And I saw this object, the same colour in the early hours of the morning sky. You can see this. Now you can see the plasma coming through the sun and the simulator, but there's another red object coming through in the skies, and there's lowered clouds. You flip through the cam. You can now see this red haze. Now I saw this on the 25th of July 2016, this red haze, and I saw a heavenly body on the horizon. It's the same pink haze that I saw last year, so it's coming back. There's another reflection for the yellow and the red haze for Nibiru. You can see this. Again, you can see this on the line. Down here on the coastline, the horizon, you can see this, can't you? This red haze. It's completely different colours. Completely different. This heavenly body's coming in. It really is coming in. You can see this here now. There's two objects. We've got these. The whole system's coming in now. We're seeing that red reflection every single morning, and I urge you all to go out and see this. There's two objects that are up there. The sun and the binary twin nemesis, and other heavenly bodies on the other opposite side. And at night time, when I see them objects up there zoomed in on with using the footage and the camcorder, it just blows me away. It blows me away to show you that there is something wrong up there. I mean, there's so many things, so many changes up there in the skies now. The sun has become like a ball of fire, and we're having fireballs again, another 7 of them past our Earth from early hours of the morning. I mean, one of them could go through the keyhole and that'd be us, finished. There's something that's there as well. That is not lens flare. There's something. I mean, look at this. Look how dark it is on the land. I mean, the sun is up there, look, with that simulator. It's the wrong shape. This is it. This is the end times. I'm telling you now. We're seeing the end times now, aren't we? All the time. Anyway, so I'm going to go now, and I'll be back to you again tomorrow with some more footage. And please take care and respect you all.